Good evening, everyone. I am Vishnu Jagtap, and in front of all of you, I am presenting the Wall Street Journal newspaper headline. So, first of all, pay gain shrink in new sign of easing inflation. Next, US says Russia violated pact by bearing nuclear inspection. Next, Exxon hits record profit by doubling down on oil. Next, Eurozone post faster growth. Next, mangled voice to text messages are embarrassing users. Next, Iran's protest turned to quit rebellion. Next, amid siege, Bakhmut residents struggle to survive. Next, on page number 2 in US news section under that FDA to retool after baby formula woes. Next, home prices fall five months in a row. Next, pay gains slowed last quarter. On page number 3 in US news section under that Texas roads turn T reaches has a storm moves through south. Next, Baldwin charged in movie set death. Next, Minnesota enacts rights to abortion. Next, Baldwin charged in movie set death. Next, college had outed amid DeSantis education push. On page number 4 in US news section under that Santos to step away from committees. Next, Biden's former office was surged in November. Next, Pakistan. Next, President seeks new talk of police policing overhauls. Next, can your team do better somewhere else? Next, former UN envoy Haley to launch run for White House. On page number 5 in US watch section under that House passes measures to cut COVID 19 powers. Next, Exxon's profit hits a record. Next, Trump fundraising off to slow start. Next, rare comet returns after 50,000 years. Next, missing the last Jew monkeys found. Next, X and Darren Darrenberg of Minnesota 88. Next, squirreling around John James Edu Bon. Next, on page number 6 in World News section under that, Ukraine forces fend off Russian assaults. Next, allies are split over call for jet fighters. Next, residents struggle to survive in besieged Bakhmut. Next, US says Moscow broke deal. On page number 9 in World News section under that China post rebound in economic activity. Next, Beijing's export control plan threatens to disrupt US solar goals. Next, Eurozone GDP growth improves. On page number 10 in from page 1 section under that on page number 11 in personal general section under that harsh lessons in economics. Next, big sound big price in Apple's HomePad. On page number 12 in personal general section under that red shoppers bank at brokers. Next, workouts dial down from high intensity. On page number 13 in art in review section under that a company mines Aaron Copland. Next, failing to crack the case. On page number 12 in sports section under that if Brooke Lopez lets you shoot it, it's a bad shoot. Next, the college sports revolution would be televised but streamed. On page number 15 in opinion section under that new hope for Russia Gate trust. Next, truth. Next, could we have prevented Nicholas murder? Next, only bad writers should fear chat GTP. Next, trouble in Tripoli. On page number 16 in opinion section under that Joe Biden's big oil profits. Next, big labor cannot quit shrinking. Next, the echo chamber fights back. Next, type Nichols and a culture in need of repair. Next, Ferric victory of management over engineers. Next, ADHD is real and we know how to treat it. Next, patients in Peru have good reasons to rise up. Next, it is not about fancying words. Next, why is a new school needed? On page number 17 in opinion section under that Paul Walker's recipe for prosperity. Next, embassy's problems are only going to get worse. Next, Trump's best foreign policy not starting any wars. Next, notable and quotable copy editing. On page number 18, World News section under that, Blinken faults Palestinian governance. Next, US charges for in Houthi assassination. Next, French workers mount new strike against Macron's pension plan. Next, Pope seeks peace in Congo, South Sudan. Next, suicide bombing told rises above 100. Next, hunt for radioactive capsule expands. Next, plan for clean tech subsidies is readied. Next, on page number 19 in business and finance section, under that GM profits as supply woes is. Next, Nasdaq had best start of the year since 2001. Next, defense sales stall despite Ukraine war effort. Next, Warner Bros. Discovers DC superheroes to take on Marvel. Next, Adani sells stock in face of criticism. Next, private equity taps cash from insurers. Next, tiny farming town bank got tangled up with FTX. On page number 20 in business and finance section under that, US chief at Pangian Random House to depart. Next, AMC exits Saudi Arabia option to license its brand. Next, GM's profit surges. Next, private equity tapes insurers. Next, DC Studio takes on Marvel. On page number 21 in business news section under that, Snap gives warning of falling revenue. Next, McDonald's sales boosted by Happy Meal for adult. Next, Whole Foods ask suppliers to help in bid to lower prices. On page number 22 in technology section under that, AMD's profit plunges 98%. Next, Spotify add users post quarterly loss. Next, event software firm Cvent explores sale. On page number 24 in the property report section under that, new Starwood Hotel bets on outdoor. Next, interest rates lift Airbnb Expedia. Next, business section under that, blockbuster drug faces first US copycat. Next, UPS warns of first yearly drop in revenues. Next, Pfizer sees revenue falling with COVID vaccine sales. Next, on page number 13 in banking and finance section under that, UBS profit beats expectations. Next, private equity hiring cools, leaving glut of job searchers. Next, FTX puts tiny bank in spotlight. On page number 31 in market section under that, for markets good news is good news again. Next, stock post gains. Next, defense sales lag war efforts. Next, Adani sales stock. On page number 32 in that, heard on the street section under that, GM's business straddles past and future. Next, Spotify faces some of the music. Next, Exxon and Chevron could find juicy M&A targets in Europe. Next, Pfizer's COVID era bonza is fading. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.